All right, so in this example, basically the only confounding thing here is going to be these fractions out in front. But as I mentioned before in previous videos, the power rule works exactly the same way no matter what your coefficients of x are. So same thing with the exponents almost. All right, a few exceptions to that. So let's use the power rule to find the derivative of this function. Okay, so looking at the first term, the idea is always the same. You take your exponent, you bring it down in front, and multiply it by what's there. So we have 2 times minus a half. They're not being subtracted, they're being multiplied. Gotta be careful. And then you subtract 1 from your exponent, leaving you with 1 in your exponent. Okay, and then let's handle the second term. We're just going to do derivatives for right now, and then we'll simplify in the next step. So we're going to take our 3, move it down in front, and then multiply by that 2/3 there. So you have 2/3 times 3. I swapped the order here. Hopefully you don't mind too much. And then subtract 1 from the exponent. So this gives you 2 in the exponent. Now finally, this minus 200. As mentioned in previous videos, when you derive a constant, it vanishes, it goes away, it goes to 0. So the derivative of minus 200 is 0. Or you can subtract 0, add 0, it doesn't matter. So we don't actually need to write anything for that, it just vanishes, gone. Whew. All right, now let's simplify a little bit. So we have 2 times minus a half. So what does that equal to using fraction rules? This is going to be the same thing as, well, if you're multiplying by 2 over 1, and then you multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom. So that gives you minus 2 over 2 times x. Why the x? Why not x to the first? Because that 1 doesn't really matter. X to the first is just x. Okay? The next one here, we have 3 over 1 times 2/3. Multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom of those fractions. That gives you 2/3 times 3 over 1 times x squared. Okay? Well, oops. Yeah, so it's all on the top and bottom, so you multiply them. There we go. So how do we simplify this a little bit more? We have minus 2 over 2. Well, the 2's cancel out. The negative doesn't. So what that leaves us with is minus 1, because 2 over 2 is 1. So you have minus 1 times x, and then plus, well, can we do any kind of cancellation here with the second fraction? Absolutely. We have 3 and 3 that we can cancel out, leaving us with just a 2 over 1. Okay, but in other words, that's just 2. 2 over 1, 2 divided by 1 is 2. You have 2 pizzas, you have one person eat them, well, you're eating 2 pizzas. And then you have your x squared. That just gets carried along for the ride. If you like, you can get rid of this 1 out in front, so you have minus x plus 2x squared, and that would be your final answer. So the thing that makes these hard is really just knowing how to handle your fractions and multiply fractions.